Every single week, there is a new video out there telling you the laziest way to make money with AI. AI copywriting, AI chatbots, AI automation agencies, AI clipping, AI this, AI that. And if you've clicked on any of them, you already know the problem. Every one of those methods still requires you to go find clients, cold email, chase invoices, hop on sales calls, and basically trade your time for money. That is not lazy, that is freelancing with extra steps. My name is Razvan Paraschiv and I run Grow Channels, the biggest faceless YouTube automation coaching company on planet Earth, and I have personally helped hundreds of people build automated channels that generate real income without ever showing their face or recording a single video themselves. And what AI has done to this specific business model in the last 12 months has completely changed what is possible for a normal person sitting at home with a laptop. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through what automation is, the single laziest way to build real income with AI right now, the exact workflow that has AI doing 80% and the heavy lifting, and I'm going to show you exactly how you can scale this to $300 per day. But before we go any further, I need to be clear on one thing first, because when most people hear the word lazy, they picture someone doing nothing, sitting on the beach, sipping pina coladas, and that is not what I mean at all. Lazy is not doing nothing. Lazy is getting the highest possible return for the lowest ongoing effort. That is it. The smart investors on earth are not looking for the hardest path, they're looking for the most efficient one. So when I say lazy, I mean a business model where the work you do today keeps paying you 6 months from now, a year from now, 3 years from now, without you having to touch it ever again. A business model where you're not required to do everything yourself, and a business model where you can have both human and tech or AI leverage.
Hey guys, real quick, if you're someone who's serious about making money on YouTube, we have YouTube automation and Faceless YouTube channels. So if you work a high-paying job and want to make more money on the side, or if you're a business owner and you're looking to diversify your streams of income, then go ahead and book a call for one-on-one coaching by clicking the link in the description. I've helped over 5,000 people just like you make more money on YouTube, and I'd love to see if I can help you do the same thing. So go ahead, click the link in the description, book a call, and I'd love to see you on the other side. If not, no issues, enjoy the free content.
And once you understand that lazy really means leverage, not avoidance or abdication, you start to see why most of these so-called lazy AI business models fall apart when you look just a little bit closer. I mean, again, you still have to find clients, you still have to send cold outreach, hop on sales calls, chase invoices, and then the second you stop doing that, your income goes to zero. It does not compound. You do not own anything, you do not build anything. You're just a freelancer who happens to use AI and call himself lazy because he's not doing full work. That is not lazy, that is a glorified part-time job. So you're probably wondering, is there anything that actually passes the test, and how do I know this thing does? And let me explain, because this is where Faceless YouTube automation channels starts to separate itself. You see, 2 years ago, YouTube automation was actually not lazy, not by an honest definition at least. If you wanted to run a Faceless channels properly, you're either doing all of the work yourself, coming up with the video ideas, doing the research, writing the scripts, recording the voiceovers, the editing, the thumbnails, the titles, the descriptions. What my clients were doing, they were paying a team of 4 people, 4 freelancers doing it for you, and that team was costing you $500 to $1,000 per month in payroll. The barrier to entry was higher, the investment required was higher. And this is exactly why most people who tried outside our program kind of quit in a month or two because they didn't have a clear blueprint. But that has all changed recently. A client of mine named Danielle, it's the perfect example. She was a single mom and she was working hard at her job, but she just wanted to create more income. So she found this thing, jumped into our program, and because her budget was not the highest, she didn't want to invest thousands of dollars per month in getting this going, even though maybe she could. She wanted to leverage AI to the full of its potential, and she did just that. She leveraged AI to write her own scripts in fraction of the time and for fraction of the cost. She leveraged AI to do the voiceovers herself using 11 lamps and an AI voice, and in a couple of months, she was able to make thousands of dollars with her channel that she started in our program from scratch, right? So this is what AI can do for you. And this is the part that makes this business model way more powerful than anything else. AI did not just hand you another side hustle, right? AI just put leverage and apply leverage on top of your skills and on top of what we were already doing. If you know what makes a video actually perform, AI handles the research, the voiceover, and the rough edit. Meanwhile, every other AI business model puts a hard cap on how far that leverage can actually go. Yes, you can write emails faster with AI. Yes, you can build agents faster. You can clip podcast clips faster. But at the end of the day, you're still trading hours for revenue because the business underneath that AI, it's basically a service business. On the other side is the only one where that leverage stacks and helps you build a real asset that keeps earning you money long after you have stopped working on it or long after you've delegated the work fully to AI and other people. So now that you see why this business model is different, let's bring it down to a practical level and look at what the workflow actually looks like today. So let me walk you through what running a faceless YouTube automation channel looks like now that AI has entered the scene. And there are 4 stages, and I'm going to walk you through each one of them, how it works in the new version, the better version of this business model. Stage 1 is niche selection. This is where 90% of the people mess up. And it's the single most important decision you are going to make. So I want you guys to pay close attention here. A good niche for a faceless YouTube channel has 3 things. Number 1, it has a high RPM, which means how much money you will get paid for 1,000 views on your first video. And this is usually dictated by the audience and, very important, the niche. Number 2, evergreen demand, which means that people are going to be searching or interested in this stuff every single day, every single week, every single year. And it's not just a fad, it's not just a trend, like NFTs, for example. And the final thing that I think is very important, it's existing proof of concept, right? Which means there are already successful channels in this niche that are making the money that you want to make, so you know the model works and you're not just guessing, throwing spaghetti at the wall. If a niche is missing any of those 3 things, you are fighting uphill for no reason. Pick the niche where the math already works. Pick the one that already ticks all the boxes. Stage 2 is AI-powered content creation, and this is where the entire business model has changed in the last year. And let me break this down step by step, roll by roll, so you can see the difference. So let's take it by step. There are 4 components. Number 1, we have a scriptwriter, voice actor, video editor, and thumbnail designer. Those are the roles that you needed before to make this business model work. Let's start with the script writing. So before, you would pay anywhere from $20 to $40 and wait 3 to 4 days for a person remote to get the script done for you. Now you can use tools like Claude to write that script in a couple of hours, maybe even less than an hour if you know what you're doing. And I think the subscription, it's $30 a month and it's instant. So you can see how the script writing has just gotten much faster and much more affordable than it was before. Next, let's talk about voiceovers. This was probably one of the trickiest because it kind of felt like a bottleneck. You needed to wait for someone just to read the script out loud, either because in my case, I don't think my voice is good enough, or you just didn't want to do it yourself. You didn't want to lock yourself in a room and have a mic and just spend an hour reading the script out loud. Now, 11 Labs does that for you, and it does it even better, guys. I have a story on one of my channels, Vintage Vehicles, that made over $100,000 in 1 year. I started with a human voice, but I don't think he was a Native American if I remember correctly, and people in the comments were saying he was AI. I switched to 11 Labs, which I think starts free and then it's $9 a month and then $100 a month, and can generate a bunch of voiceovers for that money. And guess what? People stopped commenting it was AI. People stopped thinking it was AI when it actually was. That's how good AI has been. Not to mention, you don't need to wait for anybody and you can get it done in a fraction of the cost. Now, when it comes to video editing, this has not been completely or fully replaced. A lot of the editors are doing AI assisted editing, right? So they are using AI in their workflow, but here we are still paying anywhere from $2 to $3 per edited minute. You just go to Upwork or Fiverr.com and there's thousands, tens of thousands of freelancers that can do the work for you. And then when it comes to the thumbnails, there's really 2 options. You can definitely generate them yourself with Nano Banana or Midjourney and then polish them up a little bit in Canva. I'm personally not a designer. I don't like to do that type of work myself, so I'm still paying someone $5 or $10 to get them done, but they're definitely doing what I just described. Nobody is sitting here doing, at least for faceless YouTube channels, right, for the YouTube automation channels that we talk about, nobody's really creating stuff from scratch. Nobody's like designing the stuff themselves. They're just generating the images and putting the text on top of them like I just described, and it's faster and more efficient than ever before. So you can see that across those 4 things, the whole space has massively been disrupted for the good way. It's now cheaper and way faster than it was before because AI pulls up the research, AI drafts the script, writes the script, generates the voiceover, assists with the editing. You're not doing any of this hard part work anymore. And look, you might still be reviewing, tightening, and approving, but the bottleneck that used to eat 20 hours per video is somewhere closer to like 5 hours. And the quality is indistinguishable, sometimes even higher from the videos that used to take 5 times more and cost 8 times more to produce just a couple of years ago. Now, stage 3 is publishing and optimization. I'm talking about titles, thumbnails, descriptions, tags, all that good stuff. This is the last mile of any video, and it's where most channels quite leave 80% of their views on the table, and AI helps here too. You can kind of use it as a sounding partner to A/B test or like kind of split test ideas with it back and forth, not on the actual platform, but just talk to AI, generate thumbnail concept concept, right? Maybe the sketches, what should go here, what should go there, suggest description and tag, this is easy, this has been disrupted, you should just use that. Your job basically becomes to just be the decision maker, right? To pick the winners and upload consistency, because consistency plus volume is a real cheat code for YouTube algorithm, guy. And AI has just made consistency and volume dramatically easier to maintain. Stage 4 is monetization, and this is where I want to go around the $300 a day number for you, because I know it sounds high, right? $300 a day is roughly $10,000 a month, and depending on the niche you pick, you can hit that a couple different ways. In a high RPM niche like finance or business, you're looking at a very high RPM, $10, let's say. So you only need 1 million views. If your RPM is $20, which we've definitely seen, you only need 500,000 views. However, in a broader niche, like let's just say celebrities, you might need 2 million views, you might need 3 million views or 4 million views, which starts to become a little bit tough. So there is definitely this niche arbitrage where there are some niches that are equally easy to get views in, and then they just pay you twice as much or 3 times as much, and your job is to find those. And now guys, when you hear 1 million views, that might sound like a lot until you realize that one single well-optimized and well-done faceless video can get 1 million views on its own. And I'm gonna put a bunch of examples right now on the screen just so you see it's possible. Not to mention, when you have 50 to 100 of them on your channel, when you build a library, the math stops looking way more possible and even obvious. I have coached people who are way past this number with a single channel. I have coached people who got there faster by running 2 or 3 channels from the beginning, and I have coached people who got past $300 a day in their first 30, 60, or 90 days, which is actually the thing that I want to talk to you about in the next section. Because this still leaves one important question. Why do some people get there while others never even come close? And this is what actually separates the people who make this work and the people who quit.
Real quick, if you want to start an online business to build an additional stream of income on the side of your job or your existing business, and would like to learn more about how you can do that with faceless YouTube channels, just like hundreds of my other clients have done, I have a free training linked in the description that will show you how to do just that. So if you're interested, click the link below, and if not, no issues, enjoy the free content.
Now, I know what you might be thinking, if this is really this straightforward, why isn't everybody doing it? And the honest answer, after coaching hundreds and thousands of people to this exact business model, is that almost nobody who starts finishes. You'd be surprised of how many people buy my program, invest a lot of money in my program, guys, and never start. Literally never start or never get to their past video. And this is one specific pattern that I see over and over again in the ones who do, right? The ones who do make it, treat it like a business from day one. They track their data, they make improvements, they pick a niche where the math already supports the outcome, and they keep uploading even when their first 5, 10, 20 videos flop. The ones who fail treat it like a lottery ticket, right? They expect it to be working from day one. They expect to pick a passion niche with any RPM, and they expect results in the first 30 days or 60 days. They stop uploading in month 2 when the numbers are still small. They're quietly trying to find the next shiny object to make money. Every single one of them blames the algorithm. None of them blame the thing that actually killed them, which was quitting right before it started working. The entire business model is genuinely one of the best opportunities that I have seen since I started making money online almost 8 years ago, and AI just made it more accessible than ever, and than ever been in the entire history of the platform. But it still requires the thing that AI cannot replace, which is that you keep doing long enough for the asset to compound. And this is really the only filter. Everything else is learnable. And now that you know what YouTube automation is, in my opinion, the single laziest AI business model there is out there right now, there is one decision in this entire process that makes or breaks everything you just learned. And that is the niche you pick from day one. Get it wrong, and literally nothing from the rest of this matters. So if you want to get it right, and you want to make sure you get to monetization, click this video here, because I break down the 5 faceless niches that most people overlook because they sound boring, but they're quietly printing money in 2026. I will show you exactly what makes each one of them work and why the boring ones outperform the flashy ones every single time. I'll see you there.